Hi folks, I'm Barry Gass of Gass Horse Supply in Orono, Maine. And today we're going to talk about boots. We're going to talk about Western boots and proper boot care and proper boot fit. I have here a pair of leather boots. This particular style happens to have an all rubber outsole, which makes for a good comfortable fit, but also a very durable boot for being used in wet environments, around barnyards or just outdoors walking. This boot gives you a good fit and a good grip. Folks like it because of the rubber sole and its easy care, as well as the fact that it's an all leather upper, an all leather footbed. Makes for a good fitting boot. What you want to look for in a pair of boots as you're putting them on for the very first time is you want to make sure that the arch in the boot fits properly with your arch. You want to make sure that the boot is not too far forward or too far back. What you'll notice as you're pulling the boot on for the very first time is that there's a little bit of a stick as your instep is trying to make its way through the instep of the boot. And you'll see that on any type of boot that you may look at, whether it be a square toe boot like you saw here, or a pointed toe like in this boot here. The major sticking point is typically going to be the instep. If you can get past that and have your foot come into the footbed and feel comfortable, and you have plenty of room for your toes, and the arch is fitting your arch properly, then you're going to find that the boot is going to be a very comfortable boot as it breaks in and as it gets broken. One of the things that you'll note as a boot is breaking in is that your heel may rise up in the heel socket of any new boot. So back here, as your heel is in the heel socket and you're walking, you may find that the boot lifts a quarter to a half an inch. That would be considered normal until such time that the sole of the boot breaks in and the instep stretches to match the size of your instep. One other factor to note, and I'll go back to this pointed toe boot because a lot of people have a concern about their toes being too crammed in on pointed toe boots. One of the comments that we hear is, how can my foot possibly be comfortable in a boot that's so pointed? Well, the fact of the matter is, obviously your toes will not be here in the pointed part of the boot. They'll actually be a little bit further back. But one of the things that we'll notice is that sometimes boots are a little tight right over the top of the toes. That too is normal while the boot is new. So there's actually three areas that need to flex. Over the top of the toes, the top of the instep, and of course the sole. It needs to break in. It needs to shape to the shape of your foot. So those are things to kind of be aware of. There are no tie straps, there's no buttons, no Velcro, no zippers, no laces, or anything like that that hold a pair of Western boots on your feet. So those three areas need to be focused on, and as the boot breaks in, you'll find that it becomes one of the most comfortable pieces of footwear that you'll ever own.